Hi there, this is Dominic Dejean Craig, and tonight's video, we are going to be talking about President Trump tonight and his remarks from Mount Rushmore. First things first, he looked great. He was under the mountain with flags everywhere. He looked just about as American and just as presidential as you could possibly get. Then he goes into the speech. The speech was really, really good, as usual. I mean, Donald Trump has an amazing amount of charisma, and his message really resonates with the audience, and you can seriously tell. And that was really good. Tonight, he talked about a number of things. He went through the history of all the people on Mount Rushmore. He talked about the history of other great Americans. He spent a little extra time talking about Dr. King. He did mention that he is deploying the federal park police to protect monuments around the country, and that the penalty has been increased to 10 years for attacking the monuments. And of course, we can all agree that this is the right thing to do when it comes to the monuments. He did talk about Black Lives Matter and Antifa, and he's 100% right. I mean, when he says that they're here to destroy our way of life. And I mean, let's be honest, man. Let's seriously take a look at this now. Black Lives Matter and Antifa, what do they want? Seriously, what do they want? Why are they tearing stuff up? What do they want? They posted a ridiculous list of demands to leave Seattle, and we already did a video on that, so we're not going to go back into that. We'll get sidetracked. But seriously, what do they want? So anyway, they caught the ringleader, the guy who burned up the Jefferson statue, and he's facing at least 10 years. You know he's going to crack. Facing 10 years with real criminals. So he's probably going to start naming names, and maybe we can pull down this whole Antifa thing. We can pull it down. And Black Lives Matter too. After what happened in Seattle, Black Lives Matter, they should be, oh my goodness. They should be ashamed, but I realize that they have no shame. Black Lives Matter and Antifa are here to attack our way of life. That's why they can't tell us what they want, because if we knew what they wanted, we would just go get them and roll them up. Now, I'm not endorsing, condoning, or supporting any violence, but Black Lives Matter and Antifa, they need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That's how I feel about that. So back to Trump. So he did a great job. He closed with "Keep On Rockin' in a Free World." Great song by Neil Young. Fireworks display. The people were all seated very, very close together, like school kids. And there were no masks. So that was clearly a statement. The people were clearly saying that, you know, they were tired of the whole COVID-19 shutdown and wearing a mask, and you can't go outside, and you can't go to the beach, and you can't visit your parents, and you can't. So anyway, President Trump looked great. Now, somewhere out there is Joe Biden. And anybody who saw him last week knows that he looked terrible. He was slurring his speech. He was replacing words. He seemed lost. He was clearly reading from his notes, which that just proves that he had the questions beforehand, but he was not capable of responding in a manner that seemed natural. The last question that he was asked, sir, have you been tested for cognitive decline? And his response was, yes, I get tested all the time. Thank you very much. And he left. Now, if he gets tested all the time for cognitive decline, that means that other people can see what we can clearly see. that Sleepy Joe is clearly not prepared for this, and he's going to take uh, a real beating in the debates when he goes face to face with Donald Trump, who is going to eat his lunch in the debates. Joe Biden, you know, somebody give him some oatmeal or some soup and his slippers, because he's clearly not ready to do this job. And they say that he's going to pick Kamala Harris for his running mate. Now, I just want you to remember how much fun we had last year when Kamala Harris was running for president, and I kept calling her knee pads, and we came up with all these funny jokes for knee pads, and I hope he picks knee pads. I hope he picks knee pads. I can see it now. I could just see it now. Sleepy Joe and Creepy Ho together again. Just say no. Make America great again. Trump 2020.